Candace Owens set social media ablaze, her words igniting a firestorm that crackled across the digital landscape like wildfire through dry brush. It began with a single, shocking statement, a spark that tore through the quiet calm that had settled over the political world after tragedy struck. For days, the public had seen Erica Kirk, wife of conservative figure Charlie Kirk, as the grieving widow, pale, fragile, her sorrow laid bare for the world to see. But Candace Owens, with her unflinching voice and unapologetic conviction, wasn't convinced. She wasn't just asking questions. She was dismantling the story piece by piece, stripping away the emotion and exposing something darker. To her, the facts didn't fit, and the truth was buried under a carefully constructed illusion. The internet erupted. What had once been a tragedy wrapped in sympathy turned into a thriller unfolding in real time. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, every corner of the digital world became a battleground of suspicion and theory. People began to rewind interviews, study photos, and dissect every public statement. Timelines were questioned, stories didn't line up, and gaps began to emerge like cracks in a glass surface ready to shatter. Whispers became debates. Debates turned into wars. The image of Erica Kirk, once seen as the weeping widow, began to shift. Candace had lit a match, and the world was watching the flames consume everything. Was this simply grief, or something more sinister? 3 haunting words, "I forgive him," from Erica herself, poured fuel on the fire. Those words, heavy with mystery, echoed through social media like a haunting refrain. What did she mean? Who was she forgiving? Each interpretation seemed to carry its own weight: guilt, acceptance, denial, or perhaps a cryptic confession. Overnight, the narrative spun into chaos. People lost their jobs for discussing it online. Schools warned students to stay out of the controversy. Yet the hunger for answers only grew stronger. Then came the whispers that police had someone in custody, a name hidden from the public. But it was another name whispered in online forums and private chats. That sent the world spiraling. Erica Kirk. The thought alone seemed unthinkable. That the grieving widow at the center of the nation's sympathy could somehow be linked to the tragedy itself. But rumor, like wildfire, doesn't need truth to spread. Each theory fed another, and by the time Candace Owens stepped into the chaos, the narrative was no longer controllable. On September 18th, she broke her silence in the most Candace Owens way possible: loud, unapologetic, and relentless. In an explosive Instagram post, she accused unnamed forces of covering up crucial details surrounding Charlie Kirk's death. Her voice, sharp with fury, declared that what had happened was not simply a tragedy, it was a conspiracy. "They're hiding something," she said. "This goes deeper than anyone wants to admit." Her followers erupted, and then she brought religion into it, a haunting connection that no one saw coming. She referenced Christ's words on the cross, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do," echoing Erica's now infamous phrase, "I forgive him." The implication was chilling. Was Erica's forgiveness a confession? A performance? Or something even darker? Candace didn't need to spell it out. Her audience understood. Within hours, hashtags exploded, theories multiplied, and social media burned under the weight of collective suspicion. Candace's voice had transformed from commentary to crusade. She wasn't done. In her next appearance, Candace dropped a claim that pushed the narrative into uncharted territory. She revealed that students from Utah Valley University had sent her a photograph, one that, according to them, could be connected to Charlie's death. She never revealed what it contained, only that it was significant. That word alone sent the internet spiraling again. People demanded to see it, debated whether it even existed, and questioned how deep this supposed cover-up really went. The more Candace refused to show it, the more powerful it became, a symbol of mystery and truth, just out of reach. Critics were ruthless. Major outlets accused her of exploiting a family's grief, of using conspiracy to feed her brand. But for every critic, there were hundreds who praised her as the only one brave enough to ask real questions. As the controversy grew, the focus shifted again, this time back to Erica Kirk herself. Her behavior, once seen as dignified restraint, began to be interpreted as cold calculation. Her sudden disappearance from social media raised eyebrows. Behind the scenes, rumors of family tension and financial struggles surfaced. Sources close to the Kirks described rising debts and heated arguments before Charlie's death. Was it stress? Was it something more? The internet tore through every scrap of possible evidence, and Candace, unrelenting, claimed she had spent hours reconstructing the timeline. Her conclusion: this is a federal conspiracy. They're lying to us. That statement split the internet in two. Some hailed her as a whistleblower. Others saw her as a reckless provocateur. But the divide wasn't just online. It crept into real life, into churches, offices, homes. Friends stopped speaking. Families argued. Candace's quest for truth had become something bigger, a social reckoning that no one could contain. Her relationship with Charlie had once been strong. They weren't just allies. They were like siblings. She had called him my brother, standing beside him through political wars and media firestorms. But their bond had fractured in recent years. After Candace's public split with the Daily Wire and her clashes with pro-Israel conservatives during the Gaza conflict, her relationship with many in Charlie's circle had soured. That history made her investigation feel both personal and painful. When Charlie's funeral came, thousands gathered under the domed roof of State Farm Stadium. Tucker Carlson's eulogy brought tears, and Erica's speech, though brief, silenced the crowd. But the empty seat spoke volumes. Candace Owens wasn't there. Her absence was deafening, but Candace, never one to retreat, responded the only way she knew how: by fighting back. Her posts became sharper, her tone more defiant. "Funny," she wrote, "they say it like you can buy tickets to a funeral. When I'm questioning the feds, maybe skipping a public event they're overseeing is the smart move." To her supporters, she was fearless. To her critics, she was unhinged. Then came the twist that no one could ignore. Reports surfaced suggesting Charlie's own parents had begun questioning Erica's behavior, privately expressing doubts about her silence and cryptic statements. Sources claimed communication between the family and Erica had grown distant in the weeks before the tragedy. Suddenly, this wasn't just a conspiracy theory, it was a fracture within the Kirk family itself. And in that fracture, Candace's voice found new power. Still, she refused to stop. On her next show, she leveled a new accusation, this time against billionaire Bill Ammon, claiming he and Charlie had clashed just weeks before his death. The statement was explosive. Ammon's team denied it immediately, calling her claims reckless and defamatory. But by then, it was too late. The wildfire had already spread. Candace Owens had turned a whisper into a global conversation, and the internet couldn't look away. What do you think? Is Candace exposing a cover-up or creating one of her own? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you want to stay ahead of every twist and turn in this unfolding storm, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because when the truth finally breaks, you'll want to be here to see it happen.